What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the DNVR Nuggets Podcast. On a Wednesday. This is really weird because I've hosted this show so many times. I have never hosted it with Adam right next to me.
You're doing great, man. Oh, look at me. I'm making all the mistakes.
Oh, I'm about 20 seconds into
Browbeat him.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's great.
Yeah, we got a great show. Bruce Brown said goodbye to the Nuggets on Instagram with just a legendary post. We're going to talk about that.
Wind loved this post. He loved it.
It was an incredible post.
Photo
because mostly because of one of the pictures that he included in it. Lonzo Ball and Stephen A. Smith are beefing, guys. I don't know if you are up to date on this story.
What?
We have another update on the James Harden saga. I can't wait to get to that one.
Add this onto your rundown?
Can't wait to get to that. There are a lot of NBA experts also picking Nikola Jokic to win MVP again. We will talk about that, and we will also draft best summer activities for today's Snake Draft Wednesday.
Let's go, dude. The summer's coming to a close. It's time to look back fondly already.
Summer goes so quick, man. Winter's like forever. And summer, you're like, hey, it's summer, and then you get a week.
Summer is I feel like summer is the one thing that I always look forward to, even though it's not the best season. But you're always like, summer is coming because it means like an abandonment of responsibility.
That's right.
And then when you're just in winter, you're like, oh, we got to make it through this.
Fall is the best, but winter comes after it, so there's anxiety.
Yeah, you've got the season scaries.
Yeah, the season scaries.
Fall is your favorite season?
Oh, I've said this.
Maybe we should draft seasons.
I think we have. I think there's a chance we did.
Summer to me is just clear number one. I don't think it's close.
No.
Yeah,
I didn't even introduce you guys, by the way.
Oh, man, I was waiting for it.
To my left, it's Brendan Vogt.
I was not ready. Hey, what's up, guys? How's everyone? My walk was decent today until one of the sprinklers at City Park went on, going the wrong direction, right across the sidewalk. Got absolutely destroyed. It's a shame it wasn't caught on camera.
That's incredible.
It was good, though. It cooled me down.
All right. Hope your day gets better from here.
Thank
also
you.
joined by Adam Maris.
Very excited. Fall is the best, man. You got the elk bugling up in the mountains. You got the fall colors. You've got the perfect temperature to be out on your deck.
Dude, don't tip your picks. You're tipping all
Those are fall. Those are fall
activities.
activities. Those are fall activities.
Okay. Well, swipes, cancel out those for the draft. Also joined by Eric Weedham. You know him as D-Line.
What's up, guys? Never an off season for talking James Harden.
That's what we do here.
Dude, can you share your coffee routine with the people? You were telling us about it before we started recording.
Well, I would say I was bragging about it.
I think you deserve to brag about it because it's incredible.
My coffee routine has become so routine. My coffee routine has become iconic. It has become more than a routine. It is a pillar in my life. I have gotten my routine to the point where I arrive on my scooter daily, park it next to the Daz Bog, next to the King Supers, and
Queens.
Oh, that's for the old school Denver people. They'll know which one the Queen Supers is.
Oh, okay. Do people know what the unsafe way is? Do you know what that is?
Of course I know what that is. Okay. Yeah, it was the Queen Supers and the unsafe way were the two inner city grocery stores. Anyway, pull up to the Daz Bog. Not a single word exchange. I just look at the woman who's working. I don't know her name. She doesn't know my name.
It's the same woman every day?
Every day. She is one of the owners.
Okay.
And then upon our eyes locking, she just immediately springs into action. The only communication that we have is whether or not I'm also going to buy a banana that day, which I won't say. I will pick up the banana and gesture that I want it that day. Then I'll pay on my phone while she's putting it together, and then I leave. Not a word exchange.
It is impressive. The one thing about it, though, that I think is like upsetting to me is for mornings, that's the only thing that to me is this consistent routine. So how do you vary from whether or not you want a banana? I feel the exact same every morning. I'm never fluctuating in hunger.
It's the ripeness of the banana.
I have never seen somebody buy a piece of fruit from a cashier stand.
Really?
Never.
By the way, you leave and she goes, that guy's such an asshole.
She's like,
he never says
say hello.
I will say.
She's like, well, we filled our one banana quota for
I'm following her lead.
Right.
She's not a communicator. She's a woman of action. I love it.
There you go.
Wow. I need to go on one of these coffee trips with you one day just to see it in person.
It's something to behold.
Guys, our first item today, Bruce Brown has, I guess, officially said goodbye to Nuggets Nation. He said goodbye to Denver with what I thought was just an absolute banger of an Instagram post. I mean, if you're going to give a goodbye Instagram post, this is the way to do it. He starts off with this picture. I mean, this is just like
great edit.
A deep cut, classic Nuggets internet picture.
He's online, baby. I love it.
He's so online. And then I'll read out his caption here. He says, Denver, to my teammates and coaches, I appreciate the year we had together. Couldn't ask for a better group to be around. 24/7. Love y'all. To the fans, thank you for the love and support throughout this year. Never felt anything like that before. Wow.
You really should have said 24/7, 365 with a period, because
that's the end.
The end.
Actually, exactly 1 year.
Also, to all the friends I made in the city, I will definitely miss the laughs and just the great vibes we always had. All love, Brucey B out.
This is such a banger.
All right, Brucey B out.
Brucey B out is great. It's great.
It.
First of all, he's acknowledging Brucey B.
We spent the whole year trying to come up with his nickname, and it turns out it was Brucey B.
I still think it's Brucey B, the Lucy G.
Yeah, it is. Brucey B. If he would have said Brucey B, the Lucy G out, it'd have been like, all right.
Like, I think he's wrong. I think he messed this up.
Yeah. Look at these picture selections.
Can you go to the next picture, Kale, please?
Because there's one win. Well, not that one.
Keep going.
Here we go.
So he includes this picture from the parade.
Hell yeah.
Kinky.
One of the memorable moments of the Nuggets 2023 championship parade, a young lady holding a sign, Bruce, come get kinky with me.
Yeah.
This young lady has really just etched herself into Nuggets lore and history.
I would love to find out who this is. I would love to get the backstory on this. Most of all, because she's sitting on top of who I would assume is her boyfriend or husband's shoulders.
Exactly what I was just going to point out. Like, who is this guy?
He might have come up with the sign.
Look at the smile.
There is a Little Dicky. You guys know Little Dicky?
Yeah.
He recently appeared on the Breakfast Club, and he did a freestyle, and he was talking about how he can just go to women now and be like, hey, me, you, F, and it works.
Yeah.
And then the chorus is like, and her brother looking at me like, F her, bro. F her. Like, is this the brother that's like, oh, yeah, dude, get kinky with my sister or my girlfriend. Who is this guy?
That is a weird flex to your friends. Like, dude, my sister banged Bruce Brown, dude. Totally did.
She got very kinky with Brucey B.
I do like that he included this one, though. Just because it like breaks the wall of like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people try to hide that part or like keep
he's just like, no, man. I don't give a fuck.
Well,
I'm
also,
posting this.
The line in there where he says never felt anything like it before.
That's the banger line.
Listen, but it's also, you think about it, that's not hyperbole. Were people standing him in Detroit?
Dude, how many times this year did we pry Bruce Brown about how much he loves Denver and how great of a decision it was for him to come here? And every time he's like, it was the best decision I've ever made in my life.
He's hit the stock shows here. He's like, everything's perfect about it.
I can golf, country music. Yeah. I got everything here.
No,
but the fan appreciation, I think, is something to be. That is the pitch for joining this too. Is you get to be. I mean, he's a Nuggets legend after one season.
Right.
One. That's all he needed. And was he ever going to be a legend at another organization? Probably not. Maybe he will, but. That's what he signed up for, and he delivered.
That's the hardball sales pitch they gave to Justin Holiday.
These guys are going to call you Mr. Nugget.
Hey, listen, I know you got a lot of offers out there, but let me show you.
Last year or 2 years ago, perhaps, when I remember Torrey Craig was with the Suns, when they made the finals and they came back, there was a parade of people waiting at the airport. And I remember going like, man, Torrey Craig was in Denver where like at a time when it wasn't exactly that popular. The Nuggets hadn't quite risen. And then now here he is being greeted at an airport by thousands of people. And I remember thinking like, it kind of sucks that a player like him can have a better experience in another city with another fan base. But this like completely redeems it. This is like another player coming in and being like, no, man, this fan base and everything else is so great. My second thought about it is, not to relitigate an old trope here about Will Barton and how I think it's the old, like, if you stay a place too long, you become the villain. Bruce might have had the perfect arc in Denver. He was here just like he's a great player, but he was here just long enough. He was 1 for 1 on successes that all we have about him are positive thoughts. Right. We don't have a single negative thought about him. Whereas if he was here like Barton was for 7 years, the end of it would probably be like, God damn it, Bruce, quit.
Well, he comes back next year and the bench is somehow worse, and you're like, bro.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I gotta get this unit into gear already.
So Bruce, nothing but A+ experience. I love it. Nugget for life. Nugget legend for life. And I'm sure he'll be back at Hampton Camper soon. Will we see Bruce Brown out in public in Denver? Like,
yes,
I agree.
You don't think handing out shots at Happy Camper was his last hurrah?
It was, but I just can foresee a world like a year from now in the summer where he's with some buddies and he's like,
"Oh yeah, let me take you through."
Yeah, like guys, you got to check it out.
Denver, yeah,
dude. Luke Combs is playing at Mile High tonight.
I'm telling you. Can you go? Actually, by the way, the last photo on here, he had a lot of cowboy fits that he shared, but the last one on here is like the most cowboy, meaning the least fashionable, but the most just like an actual cowboy.
Utilitarian.
This
cowboy?
Is around the time of year we were thinking, is this just a bit he's pulling over on us?
He looks like he's going to show me where to go in the airport.
I did have, I'll say friend of the show, I don't want to drop his name, pull up some pictures of Bruce from Brooklyn. He was looking pretty Brooklyn too, so I'm just very curious to see how
what is he going to be wearing? What is he going to be wearing in Indiana?
That's
what do you wear?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious.
Cowboy hat still appropriate?
Yeah, but it's like more farmer, maybe a straw version of the cowboy hat,
like some John Deere branded stuff.
Yes, most assuredly. I thought the same thing. Like, okay, is this a bit? Like, he's from Boston. How does he have all of these like odd like country music connections? And then he did the like spotlight piece with Katie Wingy where they actually went to the sock show and he didn't know anything. He was like asking like very basic questions. I was like, okay, all right. But at the same point that I was like, I actually love that. I love that he wants us to, like, he's playing to us.
Do you think in Indianapolis he's going to be all into Grand Prix?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
The Indianapolis.
Yeah, that's like the only thing I know about Indianapolis culture.
I mean, that does align with like the country shtick.
Good Bones on HGTV. Any fans?
No, I wouldn't.
On what?
That's just an Indianapolis staple and a gem.
HGTV.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like the house has Good Bones, but they redo it.
You get it.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
Crack that code. Yeah, wow.
Do we have a like lasting memory of Bruce that comes to mind, whether it's a play or a game or a moment? Because I was trying to think of one, and I don't know if I can come up with an individual one.
It's a great question.
Is there like a particular moment that sticks out from the year that we'll think about and we'll be like, oh yeah, that was Bruce Brown?
Interesting. Until recently, I would say I didn't have one, but you have pointed out that rebound in the last 5 minutes of that Lakers game, which is actually is now kind of cauterized in my brain.
It was such a big play, man.
Yeah, but inherently that didn't. I don't.
It could be that because that just fits the type of player that Bruce Brown is also.
Absolutely.
The back-to-back dunks involved him a little bit, and that was like an iconic moment.
Yeah.
I think he gets a dunk and a steal.
He also had a lot of they kind of blur together for me, but he was the exclamation point dunk on a lot of sequences that just kind of brought the house down.
He has a couple like talking to the benches too, right? I'm trying to think of a very iconic one.
The D'Lo one.
Yeah,
where he was just showing up D'Lo throughout the entire series.
Yeah.
Didn't he
like
hit
doing
the
his
ice
in the vein
Yeah.
celebration.
So those are.
God, he's so.
I know he's so gross. That's why he says it sounds like he died. That's so true.
So I feel. I died. He didn't die.
Alexander said back-to-back steals leading to dunks versus the Suns. I don't remember that one off the top of my head.
I wonder if that was a Christmas Day game or was it in the playoffs? Interesting. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you're right. Like, he's just like his game is just like so workmanlike and like so hard nosed.
I think it's like, the rebound putback.
The block on Kevin Durant was dope too. Yeah. He said he said he was tried even when they were teammates. He was always trying to block it. He never gets it. When's he get it in the playoffs in a key sequence?
Yeah,
that's so dope.
Yeah. All right, we'll miss Bruce Brown for sure, or we'll miss Brucey B for sure. Also in the news today, Lonzo Ball and Stephen A. Smith are beefing, you guys.
Yeah.
They're beefing. So how this started was...
like who's less involved in the NBA?
It's clearly Lonzo Ball, by the way.
So how this started was Stephen A. declared on First Take, this was yesterday, that, quote, he heard it's even hard for Lonzo Ball to get up from a sitting position. And then Lonzo Ball posted this video on Twitter.
Who are your sources, bro? Please tell me who your sources are. Come on, man. Come on, man.
This is an awkward video.
And I actually like you, man. I don't even know you like that, but I like you.
He sounds like his dad.
Man. Come on.
Okay.
That's the first time he's ever sounded like LeVar Ball.
That was a very weird video. Obviously seems very rehearsed. Just kind of weird.
Oh, like that wasn't the first take. Like he did like 4 takes. I was like, let me see.
He's like, oh, my knees get a little sore. Give me 5 minutes between takes. So then, Lonzo Ball put out that video, and then Stephen A. said today, bro, you ain't healthy even though you can get up and down out of a chair. You can't run up and down the court for 30 minutes. Whose side are we on in this beef?
Sadly, I'm on Lonzo Ball's side. You can get up and down. Like, Stephen A. made it sound like he was paralyzed. Like, he was never going to play again. Like, that's the thing. Lonzo Ball is in such a precarious position where the Chicago fan base is like we're looking forward to him bringing them back into relevance because he was so great for that short period of time that if you hear something like that, it like makes people angry at the idea of Lonzo Ball. Like, he's sucking up money. We have to wait more time. It's already come out that he's going to wait. He's going to miss another season. Yeah. So that just like denigrates the idea of Lonzo Ball. And it's like not right.
That's exactly what it is like, I don't know right now if Lonzo will ever play again because he's missing all of these years. And I think that's the thing is Stephen A. almost insinuating that he won't. And I think Lonzo is saying like, hey man, it's not that I'll never play again. I might not, but
I'm doing everything I can to get back.
Don't like you can. Stephen A. can set the narrative to where Lonzo could be back next year, but GMs will be afraid because like, well, I heard he'll never play again. Where did I hear from Stephen A. Smith?
Yeah. I said he couldn't stand up.
Yeah, he couldn't even stand up.
But like saying somebody can't stand up, that like you to your point is going to stick with you.
Right.
That's going to follow you for at least until you get on the court again.
I'm probably more accepting of Stephen A.'s role in the ecosystem than some people who do podcasts, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, I know some people don't really like the talking head yell thing. I think there's a place in the world for Stephen A. I actually think he's kind of awesome. Of course. I don't like, I know not everyone says that, but I don't, like, just don't report. You're not a reporter anymore. Just do the TV thing.
Well, that's actually the funniest part about this. Did you guys see Stephen A. on Paul George's podcast?
I haven't seen it.
Did you see the clip of that? So everybody was lauding him because he went on there and he had this whole rant about journalism today and how reporters are required to ask the tough questions that nobody wants to ask, like about injuries, about, people playing really bad in games and stuff. And he was saying this to Paul George and like standing up for journalists. And then he goes and just throws out there that Lonzo Ball can't get out of a chair when it's clearly not real and fake.
Nobody loves like hyping up their own importance like journalists do. And Stephen A. is right about that there are journalists that have to ask that. So he is right, but you're right.
But then he comes back and does this.
Journalists never love anything more than telling you that thing.
And then he shifts back into
we
first
have
take
to write
mode.
The hard articles out there. Like we have to. What we do is so hard and important. It's the most important thing. Actually.
Once you're a first take guy, just be the first take guy. You know what I mean? Like
he is the only guy though, right? He's the guy that is the only guy that transcends every role.
Right, exactly.
And maybe he shouldn't.
That's kind of my point. It's like I mean, whatever. He can do whatever he wants. None of this is that important. But I understand. Like there was a time in Stephen A.'s career, I'm sure, as a writer, where he would have gotten that story 100% right. But now he's just like on first take and he hears some stuff and says it. But ultimately, Not to step on your segment, Harrison, I can't say I'm too strongly on anyone's side. I don't,
You don't really care about
I don't really care about this one.
Okay. I mean, I can respect that.
Kale, can you pull up the clip again, though? I have one other take on this, and that is...
We could analyze the clip for a while.
No, it's just a very unimpressive pool. I'm always, whenever we see people's houses and they're like, multi-million-dollar athletes, and then you see like a pool that just looks like it's in my friend Jim's yard.
Well, I will say this is clearly in the Hollywood Hills, which is the most difficult place to build.
Can we see the video?
Honestly, like the way you have to like.
Just look, there's like nothing to it. That just looks like at a Holiday Inn square.
I do like the hardscaping on the ground though. The grass and the tile. I like that hardscape.
They have some furniture, have some. I don't know. It's just a very plain looking pool. Howard Johnson.
I think it looks pretty sick.
The view is good.
Yeah, I'd take it.
Yeah.
Well, I would take it too, but. Look at the chair he has. Like it's got like a little folding chair. Almost.
It is kind of a basic outdoor chair that you get in a set.
I hope you zoom out like 3 inches and it's a sick cabana.
Oh, it's definitely a
There's
sick
like
backyard.
a TV and a grill. I think he's doing just fine.
Yeah. The other story that's in the news right now, we do not have time for James Harden. There was another update, but I'll let you guys go.
I can't believe you
find that on your own.
This.
We just don't have time to get to that.
No, there's an off season for talking James Harden.
Not today.
Oh crap!
Let's hit a break.
Oh crap!
On the other side,
keep
guys.
Talking.
There are
you got number one.
A lot of NBA experts predicting Nikola Jokic to win MVP again.
What?
This just in.
Us?
Breaking news.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
No.
are we experts?
Not people on this show. Other
What?
NBA experts.
There's other experts.
We'll get to that on the other side.
Hey, summer's almost over, but one of the things we love about Colorado is the sun stays out most of the year, doesn't it?
300 days a year.
That's what they say. Take on the sun with gear built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered for the warm weather and whatever weather. That sun's still shining, baby. Grab their premium polarized shades at an affordable price. They are my favorite place to shop because it's affordable. If I don't like the way it looks, I can exchange it for free or return them within 30 days. I don't think I should have to pay anywhere near $1 million to look like $1 million. That's why I love Shady Rays. Plus, they've got this sweet deal for you, our listeners. It's the best deal of the season. Go to shadyrays.com, use code DNVR for 50% off. That is half off. 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 human beings.
You guys want to tell you about maybe the easiest sportsbook app to navigate? Bet365. I'm telling you, Bet365. I just pulled up, in the time it took him to read that, I pulled up the NBA MVP because it was so intuitive. You just go basketball, NBA, futures, awards. There it is. Plus 475. And the reason I brought it up is I have been thinking about this a lot. Plus 475 is the worst odds we've ever had at betting Jokic MVP.
Well, unless you wait until the end of the season.
Well, sure, but I'm saying going into a season,
yes,
preseason.
Yes.
I still kind of think it's a good bet. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, guess what? Jokic's going to be awesome, and the Nuggets are going to be good. He's going to be the MVP favorite. So plus 475, I kind of like it still.
A winning bet is always a good bet.
A winning bet is always good, and I just don't think it's a dumb bet. I mean, honestly, he's going to be the best player. It just happens every year by a large margin.
I tell you, I have already placed my futures bet.
What is it?
Jamal Murray MVP.
Michael Malone to win Coach of the Year.
Michael Malone, Coach of the Year.
I used
like that
$100 of my promo money, and I put it on Michael Malone. I think it's plus 900.
That's good. That's good odds too. That is really good odds. Bet365 has 80 million users worldwide. They live stream over 780,000 events each year. Right now, you can turn $1 into $200 of bonus bets when you bet. When you join Bet365, all you have to do is download the app, deposit $10, and claim your $200 in bonus bets. That's it. Just deposit. You don't have to win anything. As soon as you place a bet of $1, you become eligible for that $200 in bonus bets. Must be 21 or older, physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-GAMBLER. You can even text it. There you go.
There you go. Back here on the DNVR Nuggets podcast on a Wednesday. Got the fellas with me.
Hump day. Guess what day it is?
Guys, ESPN is starting to come out with their predictions for next season. And I'm sure a lot of rankings, a lot of surveys are going to be dropping on that website. But they did come out with one yesterday. And they came out with who they think is going to win MVP. Kale, can we get to the results of the latest ESPN survey? Who will win MVP? Number one,
guys, I'm saying,
with 42.3% of the first place votes is Nikola Jokic.
I'm saying, man.
Number two, Giannis, 23.1%. Luka, number three.
All right, I got a hot take for you.
11.5%.
That's the three people that are going to be eligible this year.
With the games played?
No, well, I didn't even mean that. I just meant I think that Tatum is going to remain below the threshold, and I think Embiid is in his Jokic year where it's like no matter what he does, he's not getting it.
I think the voters are angry at Joel.
They are. He lied to them.
He made them look foolish because it really made the terrible, toxic conversation that cropped up. It gave it legitimacy, and now they're like, I can't believe I got swept up in that.
That's 100% right. I don't think he can win it this year.
I'm shocked that it's not Luka Doncic by a landslide in the predictions.
Why?
Because every year he's been this increasing favorite. Here's what I'm saying. If you're looking for a parity vote, it's Luka, right?
But Vogt, they missed the playoffs.
I understand that.
So we're just talking about this narrative thing about, everybody was afraid to vote Jokic. Now it's Embiid. Right. I just think with him, they're going to be like, I don't know, man.
That's a great point. I just see them having a more competitive season, not contender, but more competitive. I just think that everyone wants to predict Luka every year. So I'm just surprised to see that it was corrected as strongly as it was.
There has been the thing, and we've talked about this on the show. The NBA wants Luka Doncic to be the face of the league after
he can be.
Whoever is the face of the league right now steps aside.
And he can be. So I get that. But it's interesting. Perhaps the overreaction and the overcorrection will just be, we owe Jokic one, fellas. Ladies and fellas.
I can't see how anybody actually votes for Joel Embiid just because you have the risk of what might happen in the playoffs. Let me run down the rest of the, I think this is the top 10 here. Yeah, top 10, but there are more than 10 because some guys are tied. Jason Tatum, 4, with 7.7% of the vote.
No.
Joel Embiid, 5, slightly less than that. Kevin Durant, 3.8% of the vote at number 6.
Absolutely crazy.
But he's tied with his teammate, Devin Booker, at 3.8%. Steph Curry, next up.
Okay. It's like votes.
First place per se. Okay.
Yeah, I don't really get how they did this. 8th, Jimmy Butler. Tied for 9th, Anthony Edwards and Kawhi Leonard. That'd be just like the ultimate shocker if Kawhi Leonard.
Can you imagine? With the toughest schedule.
Who voted for this? Was it Kirk Goldsberry?
Yeah.
Tied for 10th, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Sneaky good one there.
Good value if you're like betting, but I don't.
Yeah, but
really see a legit path there.
That's like nobody reaches the 65-game cutoff.
Yeah.
So Shai wins it.
And then rounding out the list, Anthony Davis.
What's crazier, Kawhi Leonard or Anthony Davis bet?
Kawhi Leonard.
He's not going to play 65.
There's just 0% chance he plays 65 games. Anthony Davis, there's probably like a 5% chance he plays 65 games. But
also, if the Lakers are good and
there's
AD
no way
great,
Kawhi Leonard does.
The momentum will be there. But Kawhi,
he's got the Lakers machine behind him.
Kawhi's got I'm just on Twitter, so this doesn't matter. But I did see, the best player in the world conversations. You still get some like
Anthony Edwards.
Well, what if Kawhi was healthy? And I'm like, he made it one game into that playoff. One game.
Dude, I know.
One game. That's not an if anymore,
Right, that's so true. Also, he was healthy in the bubble, guys. Why does nobody remember this? He was healthy.
It's just the lasting memory of Kawhi Leonard winning in Toronto is such. He was undeniably he was incredible.
I know, but I'm just
single-handedly but that's like what is stuck in people's craw. Like we've seen what the potential is, and it's tantalizing because you're like, man, that guy looked like prime Jordan. He could hit every mid-range shot. He was a defensive menace. He hit that iconic 4-bounce shot to knock Embiid out. It was like,
do you think Jokic would get a 5-year leeway though? That was 2019. 4-year. You think so?
Yeah.
Giannis hasn't.
Giannis is still like widely regarded. I mean, he's number 2 on that list.
While we're on the subject of leeway, I don't understand how Kevin Durant is still in these conversations.
I know.
And also, if I were a PHNX fella, I would be a little like, hey, can we get my guy Book a little love?
I know.
I would be a little pissed off too.
Texting Andy Lou, can we share some notes? I don't know if I want this Kevin Durant.
I wonder if Devin Booker feels any of this. If he's kind of like, this is the drawback.
Trouble in
not to stir
paradise.
The pot,
yeah,
but Devin, it's a little.
Whenever they come here,
trouble in Southern Paradise.
Yeah, who knows? By the way, Chris Paul, this is just a brief aside, but Chris Paul going to the Warriors really is like if Embiid and Jokic teamed up, because those are the 2 point guards of their same era, same generation. So we don't talk about it enough. I don't want to go too far, but it's so weird, man.
Well, other than the fact that one is, I think, still in the best player in the league conversation, the other is bouncing around from team to team as a salary dump.
That'll be Embiid though by the end of it too. I mean, he's old, and older than his years even. But whatever. I'm just saying it's so weird.
Okay, who on this list do we think actually has a legit shot to win MVP? You said just the top 3. Jokic, Giannis, Luka. Who else has an actual legit shot if you're looking at this list? Is it Tatum? Is it Booker?
You know what?
Is it Curry?
Curry?
Outside of Booker and Durant somehow cannibalizing each other because people want to vote for Durant or seem to think. To me, I think Booker is a sneaky... He is the best player on that team, head and shoulders, in my opinion. And if their season goes the way they hoped it would after the offseason did so far, that narrative is very, very easy. And it's after his playoff run. And again, you can go back to Jokic, but if you are sort of obsessed with ascension and the new person who met the moment, I think Booker's a candidate. I don't think he's the best player in the league, but I think he's a candidate.
Yeah, that's going to be I feel like...
If the Suns get the number 1 seed.
Yeah, we're going to hear it. You're going to hear Devin Booker from
You will for sure hear it. I feel like we're going to... I feel like PER is a pretty big... It weighs on the MVP conversation more than it ever has in these last several years. And I think last year they wanted to say that it didn't matter. And there might be a return to that.
A return to advanced stats?
I think that honestly, there might be
Then not Devin Booker.
That's what I mean. So I don't know if Devin Booker will be... Because at the end of the day, the way that these things always shake out, it is they'll be well, he's got blah, 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 and they're number 1 in the, it's right. That always comes 4th or 5th on the list. So I don't know. I have a hard time seeing it just again because of the cannibalization. I mean, I think Steph is always in. Always
I think he could be in the conversation. Absolutely.
If the Warriors can return to form, which I frankly don't see them doing.
Me neither. That's why I don't see it.
The thing with Tatum is the Celtics were very close to being the number 1 seed in the East last year. They finished 1 game behind Milwaukee. I just don't know if he's ever going to have the stats to win MVP.
I know.
You just put his stats up next to Nikola Jokic and
who's this?
Giannis Tatum.
The other thing is
I don't know if he's ever going to have the raw stats to win MVP.
Tatum has these dips in his regular seasons that these guys don't have. He'll have the peaks that they do, but at some point there's a bit of inconsistency. It's the game of taking and making tough shots. What can I say?
I got a fun hot take for you guys.
I actually think you're right, Wind. And I also think Tatum has a little bit of this is where they've plateaued, and he's plateaued for a bit. And there's got to... I'm thinking to reframe how I view Tatum and the Celtics, there needs to be a leap.
I don't even know what a leap looks like from Jason Tatum. How much further can his game progress?
It's the turnovers and the
it's the turnovers and the clutch, which isn't going to change. Instead, he's going to have a sicker sidestep. He's worked on a new sidestep that's going to be so sick.
I mean,
he's going to plant that. He's going to plant that story with somebody.
But there's just no way that there would be
inside Jason Tatum's new move.
You know what I would bet on? Jason Tatum to finish 4th in the MVP race. I would bet on that. All
right, here's my hot take prediction for the year. Drew Hanlon is going to refocus his energy onto Tatum. For the last several years, from Embiid. I'm telling you, the last several years, it's been Embiid, not Tatum for MVP. This year, he's going to be all about Tatum for MVP. I don't know if we'll see more than 2 or 3 tweets from Drew Hanlon about Embiid being MVP.
Well, I mean, the Embiid thing's just embarrassing.
He's embarrassed
at this point.
He's embarrassed of his own guy.
Yeah. Anyways, we got to pull up a Bet365 top 5. And I want us to come up with our top 5 MVP candidates for this coming season. I think we can just pencil in number 1.
I think we can ink in
it's
number
Jason
1.
Tatum.
Yeah, of course.
So 1's going to be Nikola Jokic. I think 2 is probably Giannis.
I do too.
It's no question. No question.
He's probably going to play in 65 games. He's going to have ridiculous stats.
I would never type live on the internet, so I feel for you. I would never.
You can just put get Giannis in there for 2. Giannis, yeah. Number 3, I think the ESPN experts got this right. I think it's probably Luka, number 3.
I hate to be this guy. He does look thinner, right? I hate to be off-season body weight looking guy, but he does look like he's in the best shape of his life. Maybe it's the tan.
A little better.
Have you not seen the videos? He looks thin.
I haven't seen maybe he's upped his nicotine.
He does this for Team Slovenia though. Have you guys noticed? He gets Terminator shredded for Team Slovenia, and then he comes back to training camp.
Is he too focused on international play?
Yeah. I think he prioritizes it more. He's like, whatever, man. Kyrie's not on this team.
Yeah. Number 4, I kind of want to go Devin Booker.
I think that's fair.
I think that's the right pick.
What do you guys think?
I probably still have Tatum ahead, but
okay,
I think it's there.
Yeah.
I just think the Celtics.
I agree.
new narratives are always tough, and Tatum's already an established narrative, so moving him up. And then I think the Celtics will be one in the East easily, where the Suns might not be in the West. Denver might be number one in the West. The Celtics have no challengers. They're going to be number one by 10 games by the time voting closes.
That's a good point. And then number 5, I was thinking Jason Tatum or Steph Curry.
I think I'm with Adam. I think I'm down to put Tatum at 4 and Booker at 5.
Okay, we can move Tatum to 4.
Tatum might be in the same spot he's been every year, which is in the conversation, but always firmly outside the real conversation.
Yeah,
right?
that's the best. That's what number 4
That's
is.
what number 4 is.
That's what number 4.
It's like when Kevin Love came in 5th in the MVP race one time, and the King Bill Simmons for 3 years. MVP candidate Kevin Love.
He's in the conversation.
I do love the conversation. Always love
he's in the conversation. The conversation's already started.
Is he the MVP? No.
But the next conversation.
But that is the conversation.
Right.
Yeah. Is there a wild, like a curveball one or a wild card one? I mean, Shea maybe would be that guy.
Damian Lillard.
Miami
gets traded to Miami.
I mean, Anthony Edwards coming off this potential FIBA run. That's some momentum.
No, he's the guy that he's in the conversation, but he's not. Then he falls off. There's no way he can be in it.
Dude, the wildest would be like Victor Wembanyama. Like, you don't know. Like, it could, if he just comes and runs roughshod over the entire league, like, you just have no idea. Sometimes phenoms come in. We saw, obviously, in Summer League that guy can be pushed around. But, like, guys can come in and, like, Derrick Rose won it in his rookie season. Like, if somebody comes out and is just, like, Scoot Henderson could be unbelievable.
If Zion is healthy, he could be in the conversation.
I like that one.
It's entirely possible, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the Bet365 top 5. Probably not him. Let's hit another break. On the other side, we got to get the Snake Draft Wednesday.
Oh, boy.
Best summer activities. Sure to be contentious. I don't
even know. This one is like so vibey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is pretty vibey.
Here's a free summer activity for you. Well, it does cost money, but the idea is it doesn't count in the Breckenridge Brewery. Check out the Mountain Beach Sour. What a delicious summer beer. It's only $6 at the DNVR bar if you're looking to get it.
Mountain Beach, you said?
I did.
Interesting.
Mountain Beach Sour. If you're looking
Sounds summery.
If you're looking to just have it in your own fridge, check out the Breck Beer Locator at breckbrew.com. Tell it where you live. Tell it what you're looking for. It'll tell you where to go next. That's how I like my steps. Simple, easy. Try out any of the delicious Breck brews at the DNVR bar. We're looking forward to seeing you here on Colfax in York.
If you've spent 10 seconds in Denver, you've probably seen buses with two fellas on them named Backus and Schenker. And you might have wondered, who are those guys? What is this bus all about?
Well, I would first encourage you to read the whole ad.
The whole ad?
On the bus.
Well, it's moving too fast. All you see is Backus and Schenker. You're like, I hope a podcast talks about these guys.
Is number 2?
Turns out, if you get hurt, Backus and Schenker is here to help. Backus and Schenker wins for Colorado families, helping those who are seriously injured in Colorado for more than 25 years. That's free until they win money in your case. There's no upfront fee to speak to them about your case, no fees while they're working on your case, and then no fee unless they win the case and win money for you. Backus and Schenker has won over $1 billion for their clients.
That's a lot of money.
Now with even more locations serving all of Colorado, including neighborhood offices in Denver, Aurora, Inglewood, and Fort Collins, Backus and Schenker has the power to win your case. More than 30 lawyers and 100 staff. And here's what you want to do. You want to call them? Just dial down the middle. 222-2222. Find out if you have a case. Remember, that call is free. Backus and Schenker wins.
Beautiful. All right, back here, DNVR Nuggets Podcast, Wednesday edition. Snake Draft Wednesday upcoming
smokes,
right
dude.
now.
Wow.
We do it once a week. The people love it. We've got to give it to them.
And if you don't, buckle up. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I still have no idea how this draft order is determined.
It's also
I'm always last.
I think I'm third for a second consecutive week.
Well, third. That's not too bad.
I like
is
how
it?
Boston's still up there.
I might prefer the fourth pick in this draft, to be honest. But we're drafting best summer activities, not just in Colorado, but throughout wherever you are.
Yeah, anywhere in the world.
Yeah. Vogt, you're up first.
You're up.
You have
You're
the
up
first pick.
This one's real easy, and it's thematic as well. Shout out to the big fella 15. Pool time. Kale, give me pool time.
Whoa.
You can just
Pool
say
time.
pool.
No, I want pool time. 2 words.
Yeah, you made it hard. Look what you did to him.
Get it
Look
done.
what you did to him.
Get it done, Kale. Thanks, man.
Do you have a favorite pool?
No.
What?
I I just like being by the water. I like
Any pool? Like what makes the best
public,
pool?
private?
Well,
like,
private pools are of course the best.
Yeah.
But I'll,
What kind
So
of
you want
pools?
a pool by yourself, more or less?
Well,
it's
no,
like,
I want friends with me, but I
Okay,
don't
so it's the
necessarily.
friends.
Well, I don't want to talk. I don't want to damage my own pick. I'll stop talking now.
Oh no. What is that? What is there a diving board here?
I'll do diving board.
water slide?
What's the most dangerous game you guys have ever played in the pool? You ever played Padiddle?
What's that?
Is this
So
a East Coast thing?
one person takes a golf tee and dives it to the bottom of
It
the
also
pool.
feels like something that used to be called something else. And then they had to change it as
And
times changed.
you swim back up and you pull yourself out, and everyone has to wait, and you can't jump until it hits the surface, and you have to scoop it up with your hand before your body hits the water. It is the most dangerous game you
What
could
is this
possibly play. Padiddle.
Padiddle?
Yeah.
Oh, because you could hit heads and then pass out in the water.
Yeah, it's happened.
All right.
It's a super fun game. I love pool time. I love drinking by the pool. I love reading by the pool.
Man.
I love tanning by the pool. Pool time.
So my pick should be, but we're going to say this won't count, but it should just be going on vacation.
Yeah, that's too broad.
Too broad.
Yeah, too broad.
So I'll just say then summer barbecue. Give me the
that's a
barbecue,
good
baby.
one.
It's a good
It
pick.
is
Barbecue.
a
It's high on my board.
It is something that only can really be appreciated in the summer. You can stretch into fall. You can do it in winter, but that's really for the sickos.
Yeah.
Barbecue time. That
Yeah.
is what we do in the summer, baby.
Yeah. All right. I still have the top pick on my board here available, and it's concert at Red Rocks.
I considered, but
concert.
It's my
Concert's
number one
good.
pick. Thrilled to get it at 3 overall here. But you just will never go to a bad concert at Red Rocks.
will.
Nathaniel Rateliff tonight at Red Rocks. Michael Malone will be there for sure.
It's always incredible, no matter what genre. I've even seen a like stand-up comedy there. I saw Dave Chappelle at Red Rocks.
Yeah.
It was also great.
No, it's amazing. But when you're
That's like different than just
but
stand-up.
when everybody's voting on this later, just remember the clips of people being hospitalized by hail.
Don't worry about that. That was a one-off. That was a one-off.
So there is a bad experience at Red Rocks.
No matter what concert you see there, like the music's incredible. Like people come from all over the world.
Oh,
to
for
go to
sure.
Red
It's the number
Rocks.
one concert venue in the world.
I feel like I take it for granted a lot, but it's
Going to be
incredible.
there. Hosier
Oh,
coming up in a month. I'm telling you, Nathaniel Rateliff, I might go tonight. Me and my wife been talking. We got to find a sitter, but might go
I
tonight.
would love to go too.
I know,
I
it's
wonder what
fun.
tickets look like.
They're like $100.
It's not bad.
Guys, I could have taken this in the 5th round, but you know how I like to draft honestly the things that I like, no matter what. I'm not pandering the way a lot of people
I think,
do.
by the way, I think Adam finished under 10% last time.
Every time, actually.
By
number
drafting
one-
logic as
number
being
one-
overrated. Using logic right
Can
now.
I tell you something? You want to know something funny about that? I got DMs from people being like, "Hey man, that was a great point. Everything what you picked was great, but nobody got it." And I was like, "You know what? It's true. Nobody
I got
got it."
DMs that were like, "You guys
See what
were
I'm
right. Adam's out of his mind."
Come on, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Number one, camping. You guys, we live in Colorado. Camping is the funnest thing. It
I
is
love
the app.
camping.
You
I
know.
like it more than pool. Shit.
You had to take pool. Camping's the best in Colorado. Being up in the mountains, just being up in nature, man, it is the absolute
It
best.
is the
Then
best.
At night around a campfire, it's
the
all
right answer.
warm. It's just not even cold because it's summer. Number one. All right.
There's something really underrated to just turning off your phone for a full day.
Or leave it on. It has no service. Doesn't matter. It's
Same
perfect.
thing.
The
Yeah.
only problem is that then when you return from camping, you're like, should I burn these clothes? Should I like these?
Yeah, they smell bad. You wash your clothes.
You usually
That's all
have a
it is.
washing machine.
Yeah, I
now
use
you're
my
supposed to-
washing
But
machine.
I'm always just like, oh god, the smell.
Does
very
Eric not
thick.
know about washing machines?
I know he doesn't actually.
He's been burning his clothes when he's done.
Number two for me now that we snake this back, I'm going with boat. Being out on a boat, man,
Pontoon
is the
boat.
Damn
absolute.
it.
That little pontoon boat, you get a little
I
water
want your
skiing.
That was my next
You-
pick.
The best is when you
My
anchor
next-
in the
it's a
lake
great
and then
pick.
just swim around. That's the best.
It's BOGT.
Boat is by far.
I
man.
want your draft.
Dude,
and I
Boat
vote
is
first.
camping in a boat. I'm already set for summer. Everything else
All
is
right.
just
I'm voting for
decorating.
Adam for once.
Hell yeah, I might actually win.
That was a great pick. It would have been my next pick, but
Boat is the best every year. Every 4th of July.
boating
boat.
on a lake is an incredible
What are we
vibe.
doing today? Boat.
Yeah, we're doing. That's all it takes, and you're like, hell yeah, I'm in. Do you want a boat? Yes, I'll boat.
Not even.
We're
boat.
only boating. It
Not
doesn't even
boating,
matter.
Boat.
What kind of boat? Doesn't matter either.
All right, I am gonna take second round. Man, I wonder if this is too soon. All right, I'm gonna.
If it's too soon, I love that they have that.
I just wonder if this is gonna get back to me. I think it will. I am gonna go cabin in the mountains. Cabin in the mountains.
Cabin's good. Cabin in the mountains is good.
Cabin with the fellas. Cabin with your significant other.
Take standing in the mountains. Just standing. Just standing.
A little bit upgraded from camping, but completely different. They both have their perks.
Here, can I push back on this? Cabin in the summer, probably the third, maybe fourth best time to cabin.
I
I'll take
disagree.
a cabin over camping.
I disagree because
But I
I'm
would
not
take the cabin in the fall or the spring or even the winter.
But I'm thinking cabin when like the ground isn't covered in snow.
But there's something beautiful. All right.
You're in the hot tub, just like, middle of nowhere. Like that is a great vibe.
Yeah, a little hot air and hot tub. Yeah.
In the mountains, it's like going to be 60 degrees.
I know. So I'm going to break out of our bubble a little bit.
You just say cabin.
I think going to the beach is a top summer activity.
It really. I can't believe this went this
It's
far.
good.
This is actually the funniest that this felt.
I mean, it's good. I will say, I think beach is a little overrated.
Is it more overrated than boat?
No,
I love
Dude, boating
boating is great.
Here's what I will tell you. That I learned. I have a long jag that I will repeatedly give people about how much I hate the beach because the beach is where the ocean puts all the shit it doesn't want. Everything that's rotting or dead, the ocean's like, get out of me. But
You did just say beach, right? Okay.
I learned that there is a big difference between the beach of the sea and the beach on the ocean. The sea, which I was on the Mediterranean Sea, it is calm waters. They don't have sharks. It is unbelievably pleasant. You don't get thrashed around by the waves. Beach in Montenegro was one of the most pleasant experiences of my entire life. It changed my entire paradigm. Give me beach.
There are good and bad beach though. Like if you're like at Long Beach or something, it's just kind of gross. The water's like oil.
Beach.
I know.
I'm telling you, like I had
But
only
like Cancun
Texas
is like nice. It's the same thing as what you're talking about.
Dude,
yeah, ocean, but it's
the
like
last
it's
couple
calm
of
and
times I've
clean.
been to Mexico, the beach has sucked.
Yeah, it actually has. They're kind of in a bad little like
ocean.
You're just pool timing it all the time.
Go to the beach, the sea.
You know what we've just decided? Beach inconsistent.
That's why I went with pool.
Good job.
Although sometimes pool disappointing. Look at Lonzo.
That's called a callback in the business.
Oh no, you do have one more. Yeah, one more. Then we'll hit a break.
We'll do a read.
Yeah.
All right. Patio beers. It's one of my favorite things about living in Colorado.
Drinking.
But like on the patio. It's not about getting drunk. It's about being on the patio and an
having
ice cold
to
beer.
use a koozie.
Patio vibes. I'm gonna go with patio beers because it's my brand.
Yeah.
But you guys get the idea.
Dude, we have a little alliance, dude. We're picking we are the real summer guys over
for
here.
sure, dude. We should.
Yeah, barbecue.
Because I
Beach,
love being
like
on patio. I had deck, but same thing. Patio deck, just hanging out, man. It's
We've
the
been
best.
camping together. We've been on a boat together.
We have been on a boat
We've
together.
had patio
You
beers together.
guys are just like pre-homeless.
All right, let's hit a break.
Drinking and
Rounds
sleeping
3
outside.
through 5 coming up after this. I got a couple bangers still on the board, I think.
We love everyone who supports DNVR. We're extremely and particularly grateful for our diehards, and we try to make it worth it for you. You get a free shirt at every sign up, and every year after, you get access to all of our premium content. But it's more. I mean, it's about belonging to our club, and that's not just content and a paywall. 20% off merch always, 20% off all events, access to the DNVR Diehards Only Discord, 15% off your tab at the bar. It does in fact pay back to be a diehard, and we want to see all the diehards in here. Adam, I'm just going to roll through. For our Friday
baby.
Live,
Do you have the graphic, Kale? Pull it up, baby.
This Friday, August 25, 2 days, we will be at the DNVR bar on Colfax in New York. Starting at 6 p.m., you can find the fellas hanging out.
You're going to get FOMO if you miss this. I'm telling you. Come on down, be a part of it. We got interactive games. It's going to be awesome.
Starting at 6 p.m., we'll be hanging out, signing your Golden Era copies, selling Golden Era copies if you hadn't yet, and really just chopping it up with you guys like we haven't gotten to since the finals. And then starting at 7 p.m., it's a live show experience. We need you there. You're a part of this. Obviously, we know you watch the show, but we want you to be a part of it. So these games, they're designed to be interactive. Come help us make this the best night possible. It's going to be a blast, fellas. Drink and food specials like the new Beat the Heat cocktail. What a treat.
Whoa.
What a treat.
Wow.
It is going to be very interactive. It's going to be fun, guys. It's a unique thing that we haven't done for quite a while, and I'm excited for it. Come on out. Don't hesitate. We just gave you something cool to do on a Friday.
All right, for my next pick, I am going to
Round 3, pick one.
Round 3, pick one. Baseball game. Love going to a baseball game. Can't believe it made it to round 3.
God.
And it's a great time. I don't really think you have to love baseball to love going to baseball games in the summer. It can be a real family experience. Just hanging out at the park is a great time.
What would you say? Just imagine the best month to go do this. What would you say?
I like doing it August or right at the start of the season. I do.
I like August is a little hot for me.
I like being hot in a baseball stadium.
Really?
Yeah, I actually do.
Take.
I really do. That's
Sweating his ass
it's my
off.
favorite place to sunburn. Not kidding.
That's awesome.
I really do.
I will take hanging out at the park, a park day,
Oh,
playing
dude.
frisbee.
That's a good one. I had this on mine.
Throwing a ball of
Yeah.
some kind, inventing a game, sitting in some kind of chair that you bought years ago.
Dude,
you finally
we
find a
need
use
to put
for
together a park day.
it. Listen,
We do, man.
I'm with
DNVR
you.
Park Day. We need to put it together, man.
There we go.
All right.
Strong
All right.
pick. Strong
My
pick.
next
Really strong
pick is going to be bar hopping with the fellas.
Bobbing with the fellas.
Just going out
Just
with the
bar
fellas. Great summer night.
Kill hates these.
It's like 60 degrees,
That's a good one.
bouncing from place to place.
Nighttime in summer in Colorado is just so freaking exquisite.
Yeah.
The perfect temperature at all times.
I do. Just walking,
Just walking around
you're
bar
Even
hopping.
the
It is,
hopping
dude.
part itself is fun.
It's
dude.
fun.
Yeah.
'cause
You're
it
like, all
feels
right,
great.
one more drink and then we'll go to the next place.
Man, we are getting some good ones. All right.
man.
I'm going to take road tripping. Road tripping, in particular through the mountains, but I'll just take all of it. There's nothing like a drive, especially through the mountains. Like you go over Trail Ridge Road. That's, to me, is like an all-timer. And summer is the best for it. You can't in the winter. It's too much snow. Road tripping.
I told you that when I lived on the East Coast, I learned that road tripping is not a universal activity. No one on the East Coast takes road trips.
Because it takes forever to get outside of it. You don't get the open road. Here in Colorado,
But do
No,
they
it's
do they
because-
not consider it a road trip because everything is so close?
Maybe
It's
you
just
can
like,
answer
oh,
this.
in an
I mean,
hour, I'm in
Well, yeah,
Philly.
you drive for an hour. You've gone through 3 states, but it's just like I don't think a lot of people have cars. I think there's a lot of focus on public transportation. Not everybody has a car. Teenagers, especially, that is a part of it. But also, there's just like you're locked in.
Yeah, it's congested, and your landscapes are more urban. The horizon legit opens up as you drive west, for
sure.
and that's why, and we're in Colorado. So for me, this used to be growing up, this is actually like our number one activity would just be a drive through the mountains, not even to a point or whatever. It'd just be like driving. I love it, miss it. Still go all the time. Obviously, taking road trips through Rocky Mountain. Next one's tough.
Oh, I know what I'm doing.
Next one's really
How
tough.
have I left it this?
You know what? I don't care. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna go fishing. Fishing's a good time, man. In the summer, you got there out on the lake, out on the river.
I have a confession to make. I've never been fishing.
I've never been either.
That's
Actually, I
not
went
surprising.
once.
That's not surprising.
I've never been fishing.
Would you think you would feel the thrill of fishing?
I could get into it, I think I could. I don't really want to.
I fished as a child. I find almost nothing on earth to be more repulsive than the things around fishing. Fish themselves, very disgusting. the prize you get, you're like, ugh. You gotta like.
You don't
it's-
like a fish?
No. But also, like,
Oh, man, I love a fish. I brought
living
fish for
form,
lunch today.
the living form of the fish, where it's thrashing around, it's slimy. You got to take the thing out. You used like these weird red thing, like this fake bait. It's just, the whole thing's gross, dude.
Yeah, they use flies, but yeah. Fishing's a good time, good relaxing time.
Learned
Like
something
being
new
out
about
there.
Eric today.
Yeah, I don't like fishing
He doesn't like camping or fishing because he was an Eagle Scout.
because I grew up like
Yeah.
I was force fed them.
So
I
you
was
went
like,
the other
she's like,
way.
why don't you like beans? I was like, I was force fed beans every day of my life.
Right.
I don't love beans.
I have a
anymore.
friend
You
that
ate
was
beans every
force-fed
day?
beans every
Sheila ate beans every single day of her life. growing up.
Well, I used the wrong.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like you and Sheila have this in common. The same meal every day of her life for 18 years.
Okay.
Shout out Sheila.
I am gonna take hiking
Man, that's
in
a
the
good one.
4th round.
I almost took that. I went with fishing.
This is the most Colorado ass list
I
I've
know
ever seen.
this is just all Colorado pandering, but I mean,
Someone in the chat was like, I live in Texas and you can't do any of these things.
In the summer, oh yeah, it's like 110 degrees.
if I'm feeling like the best version of myself, I'm starting my day with a hike in the summer. Like if you do that, you're set up for a great day.
Where are you hiking though? Like Chautauqua, or are you talking like a 14er?
Chautauqua in
Okay.
Boulder. Just a nice casual hike.
Okay.
You know, maybe like an hour and a half. That's to me is the perfect length for a hike.
All right. Enough for the outdoorsy Colorado types. let's pander to slugs like me. Give me seeing a blockbuster movie. A summer movie.
Son of a gun.
Summer movies.
Let's go, dude.
Everybody loves a summer movie.
Enjoying the high production value, understanding and connecting to culture with large parts of the country again. Barbenheimer, a very big cultural experience this season. Give
For
me
some
movies.
reason.
No, I just said
It's a great
this.
answer.
Wow, yeah,
It's a great answer.
For some reason.
I've been going to the movies this summer, loving it.
I know.
Also, sometimes when it does get too hot, what a perfect little.
It's a good pick.
Often
It's a really
cool
good
in there.
pick. It's actually
a great
a great pick.
Eric.
Yeah.
All right, time. If the pandering season's over, it's time to pick true to myself. Kale, give me walking.
This is not. It's not real. That's not real.
It is absolutely
There's
real.
no way that's
I
real.
100% love to walk during the summer.
You can just leave hiking there. Hiking, walking, the same thing.
No.
It is different.
It is different.
Hiking way better.
It's only different if you declare it to be different.
No, I walk to work, which is
Well, I know, but you could be like,
objectively
I'm gonna go on a
inferior.
hike.
You cannot hike to work.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
From the
could.
parking lot to
Usually.
the trailhead is a walk.
Although
The
that
trailhead
walk
is a
up
walk.
York, it's definitely a hill.
What do you do between bars when you're hopping?
Walk to
That's
them.
my favorite part.
They're like,
That's your favorite. It's like, I'm sick of this bar. Can we get to the bar?
I love
Let's
it.
walk.
Is it nice out?
when you're at the
Walking
bar,
off
you're
the
like,
beer you just drank?
do you really want to go there? It's a bit of a hike.
So dumb.
Tell me I'm wrong.
He's not.
Tell me
He's
I'm
not
wrong.
He is right. He's just dumb.
Am I dumb?
All right. Well,
Or was I using logic? I apologize.
I was certain I was going to get movies and then walking to close it out. So this is going to be a real Tyler Lydon situation.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
He hates his own pick.
We
He
hate it
hates his
too,
own
just
pick.
if you know, if it makes you feel better.
Give me mini golf.
Mini golf? Not even golf? You wouldn't want to take
He
just
already
golf?
said golf is overrated.
Yeah.
He doesn't. How's he going to stand
Okay,
for golf?
Dude, mini golf is not fun.
Agree to disagree.
Mini golf
I
is fun
think
for like
so. Now they
20
have
minutes.
mini golf where you can like get hammered while mini golfing.
That's the one.
That is a little more fun than just mini golfing sober, which
Actually, okay, I'll change my answer. Getting
I think
ice cream.
I think the answer
Yeah,
might
ice
be
cream,
locked
ice
in.
cream.
Nah, you didn't bet, so you
It's
didn't
ice
have
cream.
it.
It's ice cream.
Is good. Yeah.
That's the right
Ice
answer.
cream.
I actually
we might
like
have
this
to
more than
review
mini
that.
That's the right answer. Getting ice cream. That's
Ice
the
cream
right
is
answer.
way better than mini golf.
I told you it was a Tyler Lydon situation. I don't know.
That was a real Tyler.
Well, he
Lydon.
looked good in the zone. I don't know.
Kale, give me adult real golf.
Damn it.
This
The
draft
worst part about yours was it
might
gave
be
him his
invalidated.
next
Well, I was already going to do it, but I was going to make it say
See, now I
adult
wish I
golf,
kept it. That's way funny.
mini golf, and adult golf.
This is like when you submitted your pick and then you.
That was already on my
Yeah.
board. That's been on my board, but I knew that I could save it to the end because of my, who I'm drafting.
All right, my final pick, 5th round pick. I'm gonna go with July 4th.
Yeah,
4th of July.
4th of July activities.
That's
Yeah.
a day.
That's a peak day of the summer.
It really is.
Like
man.
that
It's
is
my
a
favorite holiday.
circle the day in the calendar type of event.
Man, my last one here.
July 4th is just like 9 of these activities combined into one day.
It's true.
It's a holiday.
There's also some other stuff that hasn't been mentioned in July 4th.
You could just say could say watching fireworks.
lawn games, fireworks.
All
That's
right,
part. That's
all
part
right,
day.
all
That's
right,
part day.
Yeah.
Ooh, do you have any other suggestions here? These are pretty good.
I'm just looking. Adam's list is just one that you're like, oh, I'm gonna go. You're like, I'm going to take a road trip to go on a boat, so we're fishing, and then we'll camp afterwards.
It's so true.
That's awesome.
And I was going to throw backpacking on top of this. You know what happened? Let's go backpacking.
What about like swimming in a river?
Tubing.
Yeah, you go kayaking or something. Yeah, nope. I'm going backpacking. We got it. Little overnight.
Oh, yeah, did we
pack a little mini stove.
Backpacking is way too close to
Chad
camping. I'm
Andrews
sorry.
just dunked on us so hard. Nobody said summer league.
Summer
We
League-
are idiots.
Summer League is fun. Is that I guess it is an activity.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
probably it's the height of all. Well, we blew it.
Actually, what we said at the top of the show that you missed, Chad, was that no one's allowed to pick Summer League. We said that.
Oh yeah, it's one of the rules.
I like mine. It is like
gonna
a
be a
nice
good-
little week,
It's
man.
going to be a good
Okay,
vote.
backpacking and camping are the same thing.
Maybe to you. Are they different, Kel? Different. Camping,
It's-
you
it's-
go and you park your car.
Backpacking-
and
You're
you
sleeping
build
in a
fire.
tent in both of them.
Yeah.
Backpacking,
So like
backpacking,
Coachella, same thing. Would we call that camping?
But like
backpacking
the-
is just hiking and camping. That's what it is.
This is our first time.
It's like exploring, like backpacking is like an
This
exploration.
might be the first time no one blew it.
You also can go backpacking
Well,
through
you
Europe.
almost
It's like
blew
its
it.
own type of thing.
I did almost blow it at the end.
Man, this is a
Then
tight
you
race.
recovered in a
This is our best-
controversial move.
It's a good list. I like
Walking's
it,
the
man.
weakest pick, but it's true to me, so I'm keeping
that
it.
one. That's where you lost.
Yeah.
That's where you lost.
But you
walking.
gotta keep it real, man.
I do not think a hike has to be at least 3 hours, Bobby. I do not. I think an hour and a half, 2 hour hike is perfect.
Yeah, I actually would even go. I think you could take a 1 hour hike. I think you could take a 1 hour hike.
I like a 1 hour hike.
You could. Yeah.
A hike is usually like 1 to 7 hours. Backpacking is usually overnight.
Yeah. See, I am not like a big 14er guy.
Yeah, me neither. I don't find them that compelling. It's the same view every time.
And it takes up your whole day.
Yeah. And half the hike is just like rocks. A little overrated.
Right. Yeah, a little overrated. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Great show on a Wednesday.
Can't wait.
We'll be back tomorrow, Thursday. Who knows what tomorrow's show will bring. It will not bring a snake draft, I'll tell you that.
More Harden news, please.
We could get to the hard news tomorrow. All right. Thanks for listening. Take care.